Cool. Cool. All right, let's start.
Comedy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Tripod. That chances are that's going to be left in because that's kids' kind of humor right there. Welcome back. We're going to go down the list on Discord and introduce everybody. You have me, myself. I am Adrian, the sensitive guy in plaid.
Hi, I'm Sal. I'm really good at sex.
Hi, I'm Cookies, also known as Qualico.
I am Kit. Yep. That is all.
You don't have to give a fun fact or not so fun fact about yourself, Sam.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Oh, well, that's changed.
Has it? Did we? I didn't force you guys to do that, did I?
In the first one we did. And I think my fun fact was the exact same in both times.
I think it was too. I don't remember. Well,
everything changes.
I don't remember shit.
Nothing is consistent
Everything changes. we're the exact opposite of war.
In case you were wondering, It's been a while since I've been on.
No, it hasn't.
I was I was a guest spot, and you told me I was never coming on again because I called it the wrong name.
Yeah, how dare you? On this, the day of my tripod? Nah, that didn't work out. All right. I want to talk about Tripalooza. Yeah, so I haven't announced anything. And that's because I haven't really done anything. And that's fine. Don't worry about it too much. We have a giveaway bot set up. I have the commands written out on a notepad or on Notepad, so that I can just streamline them real quickly. Basically, we're just going to do giveaways of random games, very specific games, and then we're going to have a potluck kind of, you get to pick the game that you'd like out of a list of games. All in different tiers of giveaways. I'm also planning on giving away a year of Nitro and one more Canvas t-shirt. So look forward to that. As for Tripalooza itself, it's going to be set on the weekend. Oh god, excuse me, I'm just burping. I'm planning on setting it the weekend after Christmas, starting on that Friday going through Sunday. On Sunday, we're going to have a special kind of tripod. It's going to be a special episode. If Kit wants to edit and upload it or whatever, we can do that. If we want to just take the recording and throw it on YouTube, that's fine too, just whatever. And it's just going to be, about wrapping up this year and maybe the decade and stuff too. We'll talk about our favorite stuff in terms of games, in terms of music, in terms of Tripulse itself. And that'll be cool. Tripulse isn't technically a decade old yet, but it's getting there.
It's getting there. Shit, yeah, it is, huh?
Yeah, it's, 6, almost 7 years now?
Wild.
Yeah. So we have that going on. The other nights, I need to talk to some of the other squad members about it, because I'm being kind of hesitant about trying to do it, but I need to do it eventually. We're going to have basically live streams. I'm hoping probably for a tabletop night and a Jackbox night. We probably will have one or the other, not both of them. We'll see how that happens. I still really want to try and do a Civ 5 send-off, since, Civ 6 is basically done and more people are starting to own that rather than Civ 5 now.
The final Civ 5 game, number 3.
The final Civ 5 game, Utopia.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Civ 5 3.
Civ 53. Anyways, I want to do that. We may do that. We may not do that. One thing that I can absolutely promise you guys, because I found out that we can actually just share basically whatever we want on voice chats now, as far as screen recordings go. I want to do a movie night. I want to do a kind of a Christmas movie night. I think that'd be kind of cool. And well, not a Christmas movie night, but you know what I mean. And that's really it. There's no huge bells and whistles oh, we're gonna play this game this hour, this game this hour, this game this hour. No, we're not gonna try that again. That was hard. And
but honestly, how do you share stuff
better than
expected?
It went better than I expected, but it also was much harder and took a higher toll than I expected.
Yeah. Also, Cookies, if you're in the chat, I can you just click this button. and suddenly you can see exactly what I see.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah,
really
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know when Discord pushed that update, but that's super convenient.
Well, it's
Why
technically
Does it
not
do
live
audio
now.
as well?
It does.
well, it
yeah.
used to only do it for games. It didn't used to just say, well, you can just stream whatever application you want.
Oh wow. Okay, that's really sick.
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know when Discord pushed it out, but it's cool.
It's
Because
just for
now-
Nitro members, if I remember right. At least
that's
right now it is.
Not accurate, because I'm not Nitro right now.
Oh,
I can
okay.
click
Maybe
go
I'm
live.
full of
I
crap.
just figured it was
That's
like
not
a Twitch
unusual.
integration thing or something like that. Just hadn't
Nope.
messed with it yet. Cool.
Yeah.
Return
That's
of movies.
Well, I have
Yeah.
Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Amazon Prime. So if y'all want any movies on there,
I have a massive Plex library.
oh, nice.
I have
several
too
hentai
much
Blu-rays.
shit. Hey, speaking of Blu-rays, I got a Food Wars like limited edition case today of the first season. It's so cool. It came with like a apron and some chopsticks.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what came with my special edition of Vampire Vixen, but I don't think I can say it on tripod.
Well-
So
You can say whatever the fuck you want, because I mean, we don't. This is the internet. We don't really care. You know.
I will
But at the
say-
same time,
I will say that when that got shipped to my house, my dog tore up that package, but he didn't touch the Blu-ray, so it was meant to be.
You shared that story before, actually. I don't know if it was on a tripod, but you
No, it was not on a
that story
tripod, and
before.
I'm not going to share the whole details of it on
That's fine.
tripod.
All right,
But I will say
that's
it was
all
a
I have
funny
to say
thing.
about what's going on in Tripulse. Kit, do you want to do a monthly statement about Canvas again?
Canvas shirts until end of January.
Yeah, that's it.
It's about
I'm giving
it, yeah.
away. I'm giving away one more for Tripalooza once again, like I already said. Giveaway bot will take care of that, and that's that. That's the last one I'm going to give away. That's your last chance to get a free one, unless somebody else gives away a free one. So
Purchase them.
be there or purchase it.
I wore my Canvas shirt on a date, and it worked. So you know,
Excellent. Seal
I
the
saw
symbol
your finger
right
guns
there.
in my head. No, get out of my head. Gross. Oh, God.
Well, it's like they say,
Audible
be there
finger
or pay with
guns.
Square. Please sponsor us, Square.
Hey, also, if you're thinking about purchasing one and then you purchase one, don't enter the giveaway. Or if you got a free one for winning Canvas, don't enter the giveaway. You know who you are. Anyways, that's it for me. Do you guys have anything that you want to share about Tripulse?
This place is cool.
It is cool.
pretty much. There we go.
All right, let's move on forward. Stop that, Cookies. I see you in text for voice. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to. Should we talk about games first? Because that's probably gonna be the shorter one this time around.
I got Halo.
Okay, we're talking about games. I am going to buy Halo. Right this
We
second.
should all get Halo and play Halo. I figured out that you can buy just Reach on its own, so you don't have to buy the whole thing for like $40 or whatever it is. You
Yep.
can just buy
Boy.
Reach now if you're broke as fuck like me, and then you can buy the rest of it
how
later.
many times we have had this conversation?
It's very confusing.
It is the most confusing decision on Steam.
It really
Maybe
is.
not.
I want the
But-
whole thing anyway, though. But I'm
I
waiting.
do want the whole thing as well.
I have an opinion on the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, you do?
I really want it, but I really just want ODST and Halo 3. And I refuse to buy it until both of those are out.
That's fair. Have you played Reach?
I have played Reach, and I enjoy Reach a lot, but I want to play ODST.
I'm refusing
I mean,
to buy
that's
it until
fair.
everything is out, because I haven't played any of them. I want to play all the campaigns all at once.
That's perfectly fine. Reach and
Okay,
ODST
it's
are
combat.
their own things.
I
though,
think they're
so you
gonna
can
do
kinda-
a thing where it like weaves the stories together or whatever, because it has like a
Oh, you
like
think you're gonna do them in
intergame campaign button at the bottom that's like grayed out. So like maybe that's gonna like show up, and then you're gonna start with Reach, and then get to like
that does
a certain
that
level.
does explain why Reach is first.
Yeah,
That sounds like a fucking mess right there.
it really
So
really
wait,
does.
so
It doesn't
remind
sound
me,
like a terrible idea, but I'm still not going to do it because I want to start with 1, not Reach. Chronological is for babies.
So I have an
Sorry,
unpopular
release order.
opinion. I didn't like Reach's campaign.
That's fine.
It
That's
was
not
just
very
like
Controversial,
popular.
according to Reddit,
dark,
the
and gritty,
one and only
like,
source of real information.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Reach. I really did, but
The
a lot
music
of
was
people
like
didn't.
really like sad and just kind of like. I really liked Halo 1 and 2 because I felt cool the whole time. But like in Halo Reach, I was like, I feel like there should be a tragedy happening right now. And like, it really wasn't most of the time. Most of the time, it was just like, okay, I'm doing what I gotta do.
The tragedy was
kinda
happening.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, there was, okay, listen, there was strategy.
Hold on,
There
wait.
was,
The literal first mission was you going into a colony that had been massacred by the fucking Covenant.
The real tragedy
Right.
was that they were making Halo 4 while that was out.
Oh,
Hey, that's fine. I respect your opinion. I just thought I'd just throw that out there real quick because I get what you're going for with the tragedy part, but at the same time, like, literally a tragedy as soon as you get into the game. For me, Reach, it came out at a really good time in the series. Just because like it was a nice tonal shift. I don't know. I don't like overloading on the same thing over and over again. I like, to switch it up. And I felt like Reach was that way. Remind me, was Reach or ODST the one with the final mission being that never-ending firefight?
that was Reach.
Okay. That shit was hard. And I restarted so many times thinking that I was not supposed to die. I think I spent a total of 5 hours one night trying to beat that fucking shit before I realized.
right.
Oof.
Gonna play that on Legendary, I guess.
Oh yeah, spoiler warning.
Do you care?
No, not really.
Oh no, that was you spoiling Reach. That was a belated spoiler warning.
Oh, that's not even a bad one. That's like that's like, oh hey, there's a firefight at the end of the game. You don't have to beat it, just die and the story continues. Well, sort of. But yeah, this
Does it?
Well, not in,
not in the conventional sense.
Your characters doesn't.
Yeah, but you're not your character.
I mean, like, if you think about it, like, I guess his armor is still there, kind of.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Good. You just end up looking like a meal.
Like a meal.
When you go to your homie's house, but you're the only snack around.
All right. So
Speaking
that's
of
Reach.
snacks, Pokemon. Ooh, they got some trainers.
You fake out some trainers? What?
I said, oof, they've got some trainers.
Oh, yeah, they do. They've got some interesting designs.
God, my transitions are
Charizard.
clean.
Charizard guy, not good. Terrible, bad design. I hate it.
Hate him.
So much.
I love it. It's so bad, and I love
It's
it.
so absurd. He's
It's
got a
almost-
NASCAR cape.
It's almost as bad as the Jesus is King merch.
The Jesus is King merch is awful, dude.
Anybody want to buy a wet sock?
All right. Tyler, when we make the video, put up a video of the Jesus is King merch.
Yeah. God, yeah, some great designs. So I guess we're just talking about Pokemon now.
Apparently.
Cookies, I'm sorry if you are left out on this conversation. I think it's going to be mainly selling myself and then Kit over there being himself.
It's okay. Me and Kit will send memes to each other or something, I guess.
A side meme chat.
Exactly.
So, God, did this game have the worst build-up of basically any Pokemon game I've ever seen.
I'm gonna be completely and totally honest with you. I just mashed the A button as hard as I could during all the story parts because I didn't give a shit.
I meant like build up towards the game's release.
Oh.
Not the game's build up itself. Storytelling is fine. It's kind of, it's actually a little bit wordy for a kid's game. But
yeah, I noticed.
There's a lot. But yeah, it just had this really, really bad marketing that in turn is actually kind of good marketing, because there's no such thing as bad marketing or bad exposure, promotion, whatever.
Blizzard.
Yeah, that's a myth, unfortunately, as we have proven this year.
Yeah. Y'all can't see this, but they're posting Jesus is King merchandise in the text or voice chat. It's good. It's really good. Yeah, like they had these like Gigantamax forms and Dynamax forms, and they talked about special moves for all this stuff. Basically, the combination of what Mega Evolution and Z moves would have been if they like took out all the kind of cool stuff that made those things cool. And the game just kind of snowballed on top of that bad press and like announced Dexit as it was coined later on, and took out features, took out signature moves of some Pokemon that were actually in the game. They said that they were gonna focus on animations and then ended up not focusing on animations, saying that they made crazy nice new models because they fucked up the old models, but then it was discovered that they probably actually did just convert the old models into the new models, and yeah, a huge mess of stuff. And now they have actually gotten permission from courts to subpoena Discord to get the information of the people who leaked the game stuff.
And 4chan of all places. That's going to go very well for them.
I don't know how they're going to do that part. But yeah, but an important note about that is that these aren't just like, random people who leaked the game and like data mined it or anything like that. These are people who were like under an NDA. They signed to get this stuff ahead of time, and then they decided they were gonna break the NDA. There's a clear difference between breaking NDA and just, getting something by accident and posting stuff about it when you made no agreement to be silent about it. So just want to point that out so that we don't have people, just fucking Twitter cancel culture shit.
There are actual legal ramifications that are real. That's the point. It's still wild to see.
There's a lot of misinformation out there. It's crazy that they're going this hard on these people. I will say that. But there's a lot of misinformation. Just, do a little reading.
That's me. In which case, just mash the A button every time text pops on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. Just mash the A button. Honestly, one of the weakest stories, if not the weakest story in any Pokemon game I have ever played.
All I know about the story of it is that it's one of the most hand-holdy games in the entire franchise.
Oh, God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate how easy it is to level, because getting to certain levels...
Oh, I don't mean in terms of difficulty. I mean, you walk for about 3 seconds, person talks to you. Walk for another 3 seconds, person talks to you.
That's true. Oh,
the whole game.
I get healed so many times. Like, there's almost no point in, like, carrying potions, and there's almost no point in, like, going to a Pokemon Center, especially with the camping thing, which is cool, but, like, I can camp every time I get out of the battle and restore the health of all my Pokemon.
Portable Pokemon Center. Also, very cool.
Also, oh God, what is it called? Experience Share. And you just have it from the very beginning, and it affects all your Pokemon, and there's no way to turn it off.
And it got changed, didn't it? 'Cause I don't remember the experience share affecting all your Pokemon and giving all of them the full amount.
No, that's been around since, like, Black and White.
Side note, for Tripalooza, I will be doing a Pokemon giveaway for Tripalooza. I have a level 99 Metapod that I met at level 5. I will be giving him away.
Wait. What? How did you meet a level 99 Benapod?
No, I met him at
met
level
at 5.
5. I've kept him around.
Oh, okay. Did you please tell me you put an Everstone on that and didn't like mash the B button every time?
Nope, I mashed the B button.
I was actually fun story about me playing Pokemon. I was actually trying to keep Grookey as Grookey and not evolve him, and I just slipped up one time and didn't press the B button, and then he evolved, and I was sad. And I actually put him in my box. I was like, oh, I'm not using this anymore. And I put him in my box. And then I got him back later. But I just put him in my box. And he's actually not on my main team anymore either. Like I just take him out every once in a while if I need a little diversity on the team. Because I'm kind of real heavy on fire and fairy.
Further proof that the Grookey gang is wrong.
It's not great. I will say I saw a super cool, super minor edit to his character that I thought was really cool. And they took his drum and they put it on his hair as a hair tie.
No.
And I thought that was actually really cool.
You can't get rid of the mullet. That's what makes him so good.
Yeah, but then they become like a dread thing. A dreadnought ponytail. You know what I'm talking about?
The mullet.
He's Rasta.
Mullet or nothing.
Business in the front, party in the back.
But he pulls the party out of his back and then puts it in front of him. Like, that's not how... What are you talking about?
Bruh.
The drum is on his back, and then he takes it off, and he puts it in front of him.
Well, let me tell you something. Me and that Grookey fella, we hop in our Chevy and we drive all the way down to the levee, and then I bang the drum, and then I bang your mom.
Arthur.
Arthur!
By the way,
plan.
Game Freak, that drum design makes no sense. Absolutely no sense.
Just let him bang his drum, dude.
It's so stupid. It's a hollowed out ring, and it has two protruding legs on the bottom, and it has two protruding fucking drums that you bang on, and there's nowhere for the sound to go.
He's a monkey with the drum. It's fun.
It's so dumb. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Rillaboom is the best third evolution of all three of them.
All right, now hold the goddamn phone. Inteleon's the best by leagues and bounds.
I agree.
No. Sobble is the best starter.
That's why
all three forms of Sobble are the best of all three forms of all the starters.
No.
Correct.
Rillaboom is the best third form, but Sobble is the best starter.
I have an entire other Discord server on my side. You can't win.
It's fine. Pokemon official Twitter account changed its name to Grookey Gang after the game came out. So I have an entire Twitter.
They changed their name to all three of them for...
Ignore that. Just pay attention to mine. Only relevant to me.
Arilician, who the fuck is cat, said, and I quote, Sobble is the best because he is a twink.
God damn it, now I hate Inteleon more. Gross.
Listen, all I know is that I'm very mad because every single one of my favorite Pokemon got cut from the game. All of them!
Then get new favorites.
This proves that you have poor taste.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't
My
like
favorite's
it.
Charizard.
Nintendo attacked me personally.
I've seen like a little bit of footage of the game, and the thing that bothers me the most is that the damn seagull Pokemon doesn't flap. It just kind of like is a stick that flies
Floats
through the
around.
air.
I'm gonna be honest, Seagull is not... It doesn't look great in the anime either.
But it flaps.
Also,
it's a bird. It needs to flap.
It looks more like that. You know that meme of that bird that like flexes to fly?
It's T-posing.
That's what that looks like.
The bird is just T-posing the whole game.
Oh no, in the game, like I totally get it. But what I'm saying is like they don't look that great in the anime either. On top of that, I just want to point out that seagulls fly that way. when they're over the sea, they fly with their wings straight out, with their legs straight out. Yes.
Do you know what does look really great in the new Pokemon game though?
What?
Melanie. She's the ice gym leader.
Oh, see, I don't have Shield.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, I had what's his name, Gordo. The fatty.
Fat.
Yeah, no, don't like him. Didn't like him.
Big
Tell you
lag.
what, we did have that I did like was B.
Right,
She
but
was
she's
cool.
not legal.
That's
Listen
not the
here.
point. That's not what I was going for at all. But also, yes, Melanie is better for that standard. Yes. Moving on, I want to talk about things that I liked in the game. I felt like a lot of the combat was kind of just nice. I thought the raids were really fun. And I feel like that's what I do when I open up the game. I still haven't beat the game, by the way. But every time I open the game, like I just want to go play on some raids.
Let me tell you about Dynamaxing some Metapod.
Dude, fuck it.
I have never had so many
Dynamax
people
Snom.
leave so fast.
Dynamax Metapod versus Dynamax Snom. Let's go.
Yo,
So,
I
you
saw,
Dynamax
I got
a
to
Metapod
fight.
and it goes, player has disconnected. Player has disconnected.
I got to fight Shaninja the other day. Boy, does that not work. For those of you that don't know, Shedinja only has 1 HP. It never gets any more HP, no matter how high you level it. Its gimmick is that it has Wonder Guard, which means that unless something is super effective against it, it misses or it doesn't affect it.
Immune to everything, but super effective.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's a cool Pokemon to have on your team because it kind of just throws a massive cog in some people's lineups. But also, it's Bug Ghost and it has quite a few weaknesses.
Not as
But
many
yeah,
as
so
my
the
ice
entire-
type team. F in the chat, boys. F in the chat.
So the entire gimmick of that, but made into Dynamax, and it immediately gets shields. And it gets 8 shields. But if you hit it, it takes damage anyways, and because it only has 1 HP, you one-shot it. Every single time. It's so fucking funny, dude. It's like Game Freak was like, how do we make this work? And fuck it, just give him shields. Yeah, but it still takes damage. Oh my god. Now,
Very good.
I will say,
Thought out very well.
if they could have busted it, they could have said, okay, well, if you Dynamax it, just give it 20 HP or something, and that would have completely broken that fucking Dynamax. 'Cause that would have been so goddamn hard. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed Dynamax. I actually think a lot of the online features are really cool. Being able to see people running around in the wild area, and the campsites are actually really fun as well.
I love the campsites. Oh my goodness.
Like, that's the two things that I spend the most time doing. I do raids and I visit camps, and that's it. Cooking curry, I don't know why it's so fun. It's just fun. You flap a stick and you stir the pot. It's fun.
That sounds
If you're
accurate.
not playing with motion controls, you're not getting the full experience.
I'm
That's
using tilt
also-
controls.
That's also a valid point. I play with my controller though, so like I don't get the motion controls. I would have to go get my Joy-Cons to do that.
I specifically have a Joy-Con sitting next to me just for that.
Nice. But yeah, I love all that. I love a lot of the designs. I think a lot of the new Pokemon are really cool, like the hat and the Goblin Kid
Hatterene.
and Hatterene. Hatterene is really cool.
I
Actually,
love Hatterene.
honestly, probably, yeah. You know what? Definitely usurps Gardevoir.
Whoa, calm down there.
Ooh, wow, that made Zay rage quit. Whoops.
That's not an opinion you're allowed to have on the internet.
There are
However,
a lot, there
Hatterene,
are a
very
lot
good.
of,
Hatterene is super good.
it
there are a
depends on
lot
what
of
context.
cool designs that I do like in a new game.
We'll tell
Let me
you,
tell you
I'm
about
putting-
my favorite fucking Pokemon ever now, and it is goddamn Alcremie. That is the coolest fucking thing in the world. You go out, you get a Milcery, and it's like this drippy kind of cream looking thing, whatever. Well, it's in cafes and they use it as creamer for coffee. Look, don't ask questions about that part. Just kind of throw that out of your mind. But that's what it is. It's creamer, heavy cream, whipping cream, whatever. In the game, what you do is you do a spin move, and you can spin for a certain amount of time and at a certain time of day.
What's the word here? Just for context, it's not a spin move. You literally spin your stick around in a circle.
No, it's a spin move because there's a stance at the end.
Yeah, no, but like it's not a Pokemon move. Like you literally just spin your stick around and your character starts spinning.
You go into the overworld, you spin your character around.
Yeah, just
and you
to
can spin it
clarify
from 5 seconds to 45 seconds.
I'm very much resisting the urge to play the spin noise.
and you do it at different times of the day, and depending on the item that it's holding as well, it evolves. And it evolves into this whipped cream Pokemon, and it is the fucking coolest thing in the goddamn world. But on top of that, it has a fucking Gigantamax form, and it's a giant fucking cake. Dude, I am so fucking, thrilled with this thing. I don't know why I love it so much. I just do. But Appletern can burn in hell.
I hate it so much that I like it.
Hello, Zay.
He's back.
Just so you know, you're muted. We are doing tripod, so that's how that is.
Zay says, yeah, yeet. I know. Just testing.
Cool. Anyways, that's kind of most of what I liked about the game, and that's not good.
Arilla Shin, who the fuck is cat, says, cock and ball torture.
No, stop, says Zay. Let's not continue reading.
I agree.
From
Wikipedia. Anyway, it's almost like Pokemon is a proven formula that makes good and fun games to play, but is really easy to mess up because it's so simple.
I can agree with that. I do feel like Let's Go and, of course, Pokemon Go really kind of added to the whole catching part of the games, and I missed it when I was playing this one, which I did not think I was going to say because I was never a fan of those methods, but I really did miss being involved in the actual capture part of getting a Pokemon.
It's almost interaction in a game is also fun.
Yeah. There's that. And I also feel like the battles themselves, it's tried and true. It's Pokemon, it's you battle, you grind a little bit, it's they've done it for 7 generations already. It's worked.
I've never played a Pokemon
but I do feel
game. Which one should I start with?
Definitely
Pokemon
Platinum.
Your ass, my ass, whatever that one is. Don't laugh. That's a real game.
ROM hack.
It's a real hack.
What?
I'll link it to you later. And yeah, it just it's tried and true, but it's not really fun anymore to just battle. I feel like they have to add that spin to it, and I feel like Dynamax is kind of that thing. And I do wish that I could do more raid stuff. I feel like that is so fun. And I like it more than the introduction of doubles and the battle royale style thing, whatever that is. I like it, and I hope
the double gym was a nice change of pace this gen. I liked having a doubles battle gym.
Who was a double battle? Oh, the Raihan, yeah, that was definitely nice. Also,
nice
fighting him, the entire gym challenge changing up like that too was just a nice change of pace because I was kind of burnt out.
Gyms. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh god. What was the one? There was one where you spun a thing. Yeah, kid. Oh. They're spinning inside of one of these gyms.
It's like Plinko.
Wow. Yeah. It's one of the more interesting things about that specific.
Oh well, I still don't like the gym gimmick. I just liked how hyped the actual gym battles were. You get to the end and everybody's chanting and screaming and you get the camera angles and everybody's going crazy.
The thing about this is I feel like one of the things that the Pokemon games have kind of lost over the years is wonder and fun. The thing that you expect in a video game because
Who
they were
plays video
using
games for
the
fun?
original Game Boy formula up until now, and they added some new stuff that kind of helps bring that feeling back, which is good.
Yep.
Just not enough of it.
There's
more, please.
There are so many things in this game that are good that could have made up for some of their lies if they hadn't lied to us. If they hadn't said, hey, we're going to not include these Pokemon because we want to animate and make things high quality. If they just said, we just don't want to include it because we don't care about them, or we just don't feel like they fit in, I would have been fine with that. I would have never
all the starters except Charizard because he's special.
He's
Bulbasaur
unbeatable.
and Blastoise are coming back.
I don't. That doesn't make me any happier.
Well, I'm just pointing that out. At least it's not fucking Greninja.
I'd rather have Greninja.
Are you sure? It'd probably be Ash's Greninja.
I don't care. It's not Gen 1.
Yeah.
I just want my Chikorita.
Oh god, you're one of those.
I just want my Vivillon.
Wait, what the fuck does one of those mean?
No, we don't need to talk about it. That's what.
I like cute Pokemon. It has nothing to do with my penis, okay?
I did not go there. The first thing I think of with Chikorita is Mr. Steak from fucking TFS Plays.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
TFS Plays is Team 4-Star, and they play games. Sometimes they play Nuzlocke.
The only thing I know about Team 4-Star is Dragon Ball Abridged.
That's fine. That's those guys right there. They're
Point
voice
is,
actors.
A handful of people on the entire planet actually like Chikorita. You should be proud.
They didn't like Chikorita, by the way. Just pointing that out right now. They didn't like Chikorita. They named him Mr. Steak.
All these
Anyways.
squares make a circle.
Anyways, yeah, there's so many. There's good quality in this game, and it's just kind of torn apart by things that take away, like, you know, the Pokemon that they took out of the game, or the exclusion of a lot of the features that they've included in past.
Or the fact that you have to get a special item, then spin clockwise for 45 seconds to get something to evolve. Or lose exactly 47 HP and then walk under an arch in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Why would I know to do that?
That last one was really fucking confusing, I will say. But if you go to the battle cafes, they basically explicitly tell you about Alcremie.
The fuck is a battle cafe?
The cafes in all the cities.
Oh, the one where the dude's like, fight me and I'll give you an item.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I did that once and I never went back in there, because why would I?
Because it's fun.
You guys want to do
Battling
Pokemon
isn't
Smash
fun.
or Pass?
Oh god, no.
What?
No. Hold up, what was the Pokenut November meme?
No!
This is going to have to
Okay.
cease and
Tripod's
desist.
over! God!
Okay, this is actually a funny thing. Alright, so you get a number generator and you randomly generate a number. Right? And that's the number of the Pokemon that you have to nut to for November.
See, that's not fun! That's not a fun thing! Why would you say that?
Man, whoever got
Awful,
Gardevoir
no good.
is so lucky.
Go to hell. Jesus. Look, I just want to point out, if Game Freak doesn't do anything to fix this game, which I don't think they will, or if they try to fix this game and they just make it worse, like Fallout did, this game is going to go down in history as the worst game. Which is unbelievable given how much hate Diamond Pearl get.
What? I love Diamond and Pearl.
That's fine.
Every
I love Diamond and Pearl
generation
as
gets
well.
hate. All of them. A whole lot of it.
But,
Anyway,
I mean...
It depends on who you ask
your number
every
is
time.
214.
What?
Your number is 214.
I'm not doing this.
Wait, what's my number?
November's
number-
gone, by the way, so I wouldn't have to do it for another year.
You got number 6. What? That's an easy one.
Anyways, look. I'm done talking about Pokemon because of that right there.
National Pokédex.
Do we want to talk about anything else in games?
Number
The
6.
Game Awards.
Charizard. Oh.
The gaming section was going to be the
Okay.
shortest section of Tripod.
Do we want to talk about whatchamacallit?
The Game
Game
Awards
Awards.
happened.
I want
They
to
did
say
happen.
that Ace Combat had DLC missions with really good music, and then they weren't nominated for the Game Awards for Best Soundtrack, and they got robbed, and I hate it, and I'm mad.
That's fine. That's a perfectly valid concern to have.
I want to be mad,
and that's all I know about the Game Awards.
Yeah, I want to be mad that Final Fantasy didn't get their best ongoing multiplayer thing. But honestly, Fortnite did some really crazy in-game events, and I can't be mad about them winning.
See, and that's the thing, is like, as much hate as Fortnite gets,
they've done some crazy
it tries
shit.
really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And it pays off. Now, what I will say is that Destiny 2 got the award for ongoing customer support, community support.
Did they
customer
actually?
support. Yes, that was the very first award given out.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it.
I just want to say that Bungie chose such a great time to leave. Because boy, did Blizzard implode on itself at that point in the year.
Do you think
it's like
do you think they got that award entirely because they split from Blizzard?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, they avoided everything Blizzard that entire.
Yep. So they got that award entirely for splitting from Blizzard. Got it.
Absolutely. That's absolutely what happened.
I'll take it.
But anyways, I started talking about Destiny 2, and then what do I see in text or voice? But Flex is typing.
I have one more comment about the Game Awards. Watching the Game Awards was kind of a surreal experience, but I did get one very vivid, like, I guess, thought from it, and that's that I really need to buy a Samsung QLED 4K TV.
I don't even know if that's in my recording. God, Linus.
Poor
dude.
Linus. He's just trying to make that money.
No, not poor Linus. Rich Linus. He made a lot of money off of that ad. There's no fucking way he didn't make a buku dollars off of that shit. And he didn't... Well, no. At one point he said Linus Tech Tips, right?
Oh, he said it every time, baby.
He said it every time? Okay.
Every time.
So maybe that was his company getting the money then. But I was going to say, like, I don't think he gave any of that money to his company, but if he just said that, he probably... Yeah.
I think the quote was, "Hi, I'm Linus from Linus Tech Tips."
I like to think that's how he introduces himself in real life.
Hi, I'm Linus from Charlie Brown.
Going on a blind
Imagine if he went up there to do his ad, and when he was leaving, he says, LTTstore.com, pulls out a water bottle.
Well, okay, let's clear this up for you,
Linus Tech Tips.
Would
you like to buy a Google Stadia?
It was on the screen.
It was a recorded ad.
Okay, but still, imagine if at the end of it, LTTstore.com pulls out a water bottle.
It would have been better than fucking Vin
It would have been
Diesel.
better than any of his fucking...
A fucking Xbox 360 Fast and Furious game?
God, yeah, what is that, man?
I actually did see that.
It looks like the ass end of fucking 360 PlayStation 3 era. Like, where they were like just barely starting to understand how to make character models.
Oh god.
But at the same time, they were like already balls deep in mocap, and they didn't use mocap, and they just used stock animation for the lips.
Every
like
time
the lips just oh god.
Every time that people say that a game looks like a previous generation game, it gets wildly exaggerated. However, this absolutely does look like a previous generation game.
No. Dude.
Like, honestly,
okay, this game
if I went
and
into Battle
fucking
Tower...
WWE 2K, is it 19 that came out? Or was it 2020?
Yeah, but people said that looked like a PS2 game, but it doesn't.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying it looks good.
Doesn't.
It's just not that bad.
The animation looks like a fucking oh my god.
It's so ugly.
Okay.
Horrific.
Let me explain it like
Xbox
this.
Connect mocap.
If I got into the Battle Tower, went up to floor 100, and the Vin Diesel model walked out, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Also, they made Vin Diesel way more buff than he's ever been in any of his movies.
Vin Diesel.
Did you see the size of his pecs? They were like hanging off of it. He looked like he had fucking D cups.
He has dedicated breast physics.
He did have dedicated. He did have that. They moved. Why are we using Dead or Alive? Why are we using Dead or Alive fucking animation in this game? It's so bad.
Imagine being the guy who lost No Not November to Vin Diesel's B cups with jiggle physics.
First, we had Red Dead Redemption horseball physics. Now, we have Vin Diesel peck physics.
It's so crazy. But yeah, there's that. I'm going to use this next part from the Game Awards to kind of transition us into music. And boy, let me tell you, when they announced the thing for Cyberpunk 2077's music, I was hype as fuck. That was so fucking cool. So what they basically did was that they went around to a bunch of different musicians and producers, Run the Jewels, The Refused, Grimes, Churches, a whole bunch of other people that I don't know. And it's not that they were like asked for music. Like they collaborated on actual music. Like they're working together, making shit. And I'm excited for it. It's cool. It's so fucking cool the way that they're approaching this game. And I can't wait for the absolute outrage from all the people out there when they find out that this is actually a Cyberpunk game and not fucking Outrun. I'm ready for it.
What? You're gonna have to explain that one to me. I don't.
And people don't know what Cyberpunk is.
This is correct. I am a people, and I do not know what Cyberpunk is.
A lot of people, especially Reddit, think that Cyberpunk is going to be this like sci-fi fantasy, pseudo Star Wars, dark and gritty thing, and it's not going to be that.
No,
it's not going to be that, and I'm so excited for people to see that it is not that shit.
Do you mean like the music aspect of Cyberpunk, or just like the general thematic thing that is Cyberpunk?
Both.
No, I will say we have a resident Cyberpunk expert on hand if we want to give them a little.
Yeah, they say they have a mic now, so we can bring them on here in a second. But anyways, that's what I was saying. Like I wanted to bring that up as a transition into music, where we're going to not talk about Cyberpunk as a theme quite yet, and we're going to talk about Volant's album instead. But Ashlyn, you are now unmuted. Feel free to talk whenever you'd like.
Look!
Oh, fuck. Do I have to record my own audio for this?
Oh my god. No. Never mind. Unless you can.
That was in your dungeon.
But also, we have to do another clap sound.
1 million year dungeon.
So we're not going to do that. Let's forget about that.
Complete server mute. Gone.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, yeah, so let's talk about Volant's album. Wow. What a release. I mean that honestly, like it
is really good, yes.
We've had solid albums and releases come out in the last few months. And I honestly thought that there was... Where's my phone? Uh-oh. I honestly thought that Madion's album was going to be what I chose as the release of the month this year. This tripod. And Volant's album just kind of blew me away. It has everything that I want as far as an album goes. It has really, really cool lead synth sounds. It has really good ambience, really good atmosphere. It has really, really dirty drops that make me want to headbang. It has really soft stuff. It has some stuff that is just groovy. And I think I'm going to say this about basically every release of the month that I talk about, because I want these things to appeal to a wide range of our members and not just like a specific few people. But I really do think that, this release has something for everybody.
It's got something for everyone.
The IGN review.
9.2.
9.2.
Should clarify, this is the album 2.
I do have some opinions on this, and I don't think they're going to be very popular.
That's fine.
I listened to this album about 9 times over the past, what would you say, like past month or so? When did it come out? I can't remember when it came out. Since it came out,
16 days ago. I just went to
16 days
confirm
ago?
that I did my joke right, and I did. The album is called
Okay.
2, and there's 9 tracks, 9.2.
Oh, that's what you were going for? God. Okay.
Okay. I listened to it several times. The first time in like the background of like some games as I was playing. The second time I like actually sat down and I listened to it like for real. Like I just sat there and stared at it while I was listening to it. And then I just kind of played it in the background for the rest of the like 14 days I had left after that. I would always make it to Voyager and I'd go, oh yeah, this is a kind of nice album, but I couldn't remember a single other song from it. And it was all really good and I enjoyed it, but it just all kind of blended together.
I think that's a kind of a thing about a lot of music now. It's like, it's just hard to remember individual songs.
When songs don't have lyrics, remembering the title is 1,000 times harder.
Well, it's not even like remembering the title. It was just like, there's not a specific like part of a song or a specific melody or drop or anything that sticks out in my brain. It all just kind of runs together until I hit that midpoint of Voyager and I go, wait, huh? Where'd the rest of the album go?
I feel that. I get that. I understand that.
And I'm not saying it's a bad album because what's on there is really good. It just doesn't.
It's like
with me.
one really long track.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
That's also a valid point too. It's like at one point these albums stop being individual songs and become this one immersive story, which is kind of what people want to go for when they make music. But at the same time, you can go too far with that.
And that's like one of my favorite albums of all time would be like Haywire's Twofold Part 1. The whole album kind of flows together, but each song still has its own very unique identity. All of these songs flow very well together, but I don't feel like I got a different like identity from each song. They all kind of went together, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not necessarily what I'm looking for in an album.
I get that. Yeah.
It's definitely the kind of album that you remember for the album, not for the tracks in it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, like, my two favorite songs are, of course, the ones with the drops in them, and that's Contact and Golden Age. Yeah, Golden Age. And, yeah, I mean, I'm hard-pressed to remember most of them. I think another song's called Interloper.
That's correct. I've got it open on Spotify right now.
I don't remember any of the others. If I look down at it, Brightest Night, Pearl Blue, Star Oasis, Wonder, Sky Cleaver. Sky Cleaver is a really cool name.
Yeah, it is.
Those are all very vague and broad names, so it'd be hard to remember that. And of course, like Kid said earlier, lyrics play a big role in remembering some songs sometimes. So that's all valid stuff. I just really, really love this album as an experience, and I see exactly what you're saying. I think I agree with that, but also I love it. So.
It's definitely something I could throw on like while I'm like in my serious gamer moment, because it's good, it fills space, and it's got some nice energy to it, but it's not going to take you out of the moment either.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
It will for me, right. However. This activated all my neurons.
Oh boy. You
have neurons?
Yeah, at least 3.
Wow.
All 3 of them were activated?
So, I mean, that's all I have to say about it. Did y'all guys want to add anything to that? Talk about it at all?
I was just going to say... I
really fucking liked Voyager a whole lot.
Voyager's cool.
I was just going to say that, yes, everything that was just said makes sense, and I feel mostly the same way, because I can't pick a favorite no matter how hard I try from the album. But the album is one of my favorite albums.
Hold on. As I said I liked Voyager, Arilla Shin Who the Fuck Is Cat specifically said that's the best Star Trek.
I see.
That's a controversial opinion that we don't need to get into.
Friendship ended with Ashlyn. Beam Channel is dead to me.
Deep Space Nine.
God damn it.
That's the name of this tripod. Tripod. That's what Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Cookies, did you have anything to say about that?
About the Volant album specifically, or just music in general?
Volant album specifically.
Or Star Trek.
Well, I don't really follow a whole lot of like like, I guess,
brain music,
electronic music, like EDM music from like bigger artists. I mostly do like really, really, really small artists.
That makes sense.
Actually, most of them are you guys. So like all the releases that I've been excited about as far as EDM goes has been like from people that I follow on Clip or like that I follow on SoundCloud and stuff like that.
Okay.
Speaking of releases from people here, is it still All Systems Online? It has a song on the Blacklight album, which comes out on the 23rd. So everybody look out for that one.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeah. Wallace was supposed to be here to talk about that, and then he had to work today, so...
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it in his place, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know very much about it, and I feel like I'd be doing it a disservice. So.
Everybody makes fun of Wallace for having a job.
Yeah, what a loser, right? He's out there getting paid. God.
What a sellout.
Poor gamers getting bread.
So sad. I'm so glad I'm not that guy.
That poor gamer's out there getting his Samsung QLED TVs, and y'all are making fun of him.
Multiples of them, by the way, not just one.
Several.
A few of them. Yeah.
He's got two of them glued to his face, and he's calling it a fucking index.
Yo, hey, talking about the index, let's go back to gaming real quick.
Oh god, we're backpedaling.
Dude, there have been so many of those ordered that they are backlogged all the way up through and possibly past Half-Life Alyx's release date now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insanity. They
well, I guess when you only make two of them.
How?
Because they made 3 units. One was for Gabe, one was for sale, and one was for a tech demo.
That's pretty realistic, actually.
Well, hold on. I have a rebuttal to that.
Rebuttal?
Wallace got the one on sale.
Wallace got the one on sale. Also, they don't make
anything. He's the only gamer with a job. He was the only one who could afford it.
That fucking one guy out there with the job, just out there buying the only fucking index out there, you know, like not leaving it for the rest of us who are on government aid. God.
The one guy with a job.
That was only human. I apologize for that one.
That was a little rough.
I've been stabbed.
That's why I said sorry. Yeah, there's that. That's interesting. And I saw a comment from a guy saying that he ordered his on December 2nd, and the original estimate was that it'd be there before Christmas. And then he got an email like today or yesterday or something, and it said that it was delayed until at least January.
Ugh.
What an
wild.
Oof. Yeah.
I don't know. My vibe
So Steam is doing
fine.
just fine for all you Epic people out there who want to point fingers. Steam is doing just fine.
Between Epic gamers out there.
Between Red Dead and fucking Master Chief Collection and Borderlands 3 coming over and that one EA game and the Index, they're doing fine. And we should stop.
But they're actually
wars.
People who thought...
Yes. There are people on both sides of this.
That's
the majority are on Steam's side. The majority of them are on Steam's side. Let's be a little more realistic here. The majority of them are on Steam's side. There are a few rare minorities that are very much in Epic's pocket.
I don't like this.
That's all I'll say about that. Let's move back to music now.
Let's talk about Cyberpunk.
Yeah, let's stop talking about minorities.
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk minorities, same thing.
I want to before we go to Cyberpunk, I want to do a rapid fire of things that I've built up on. Good Faith, Madian's album, cool, awesome, good. Rusko had a new EP come out. It's called Genghis Danger. He called it that because he asked his son what he should name it, and those were the first 2 words out of his mouth. So do what you will with that information.
That's adorable.
Fucking Throwdown had a song come out called Strapped Up. Awesome, cool stuff. Wooly had a song come out called Over You. That was really cool. Mech Bass. I don't know if you guys follow people like that or these kind of indie rock groups, but That's what they are. They had an album come out called She's a Big Boy. So I actually sent you animation for a video a while back.
Yeah,
that was
really good
that was
song.
Dead Pirates. But there's also an animation for that exact song on that channel as well, if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, I've been checking that album out. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Speaking of indie rock groups,
what's up?
Green Day's got an album coming out in February. Get hyped for that.
That's true. Announced at the Game Awards, apparently. Odd decision, to say the least.
Ah, yes, but the game fine. Advertisements. Now expanding its reach outside of gaming advertisements.
No, they had a Beat Saber pack come out during the Game Awards, which is actually a really well made pack, and I really enjoy it. And any shit I've been giving Beat Saber, I need to refund because they've changed a whole lot since I last played. And there's actually a custom song playlist that you can get in there now. So Beat Saber, you fucked up real good back in the day, but you saved yourself. I'll play your game again. Good job.
Best game. Play my level, Cell.
Send it to me.
I will.
He will. ASD had this 10-year anniversary thing where all the artists are making VIPs of their songs, and the couple that stood out to me, and there's a couple others that came out as well.
Is that
Effen's
Never Say Die?
VIP. Yeah.
Okay.
Effen's VIP of Cabbage, Crimer's VIP of Fuck Around, Dr. Ozzy's VIP of Euthanasia, Skullcrack by Company came out as well.
Oh, I love Euthanasia. The song's pretty good too.
Resin Yultron had a song come out called Hell on Earth. Chi had a song called Spit That. Apache had a song called Distance. UKF had a 10-year compilation come out. I discovered that Taulure had an LP come out 3 days ago, and it is super fucking cool. And Kit, I think you'll enjoy it because I actually found out about this guy through your interesting songs playlist. And then there's another song that I'm going to post here in a little while that came out that's really fucking cool too. Whew. Okay. Does anybody want to talk about music that's come out?
Frequent put out a song.
I think you did a pretty good job there, honestly.
The only notable piece of music that I've heard recently is Grass Rat by Frequent, other than Volant's album.
I haven't heard this.
Is it Volant or Volant?
I don't know. I don't even know what I just said.
What did you say?
Volant, Volant, whatever it is. That guy. His album, and also Grass Rat by Frequent.
Friends? Is he friends? Is he friends? What the fuck, Adrian?
Je ne parle pas en français bon.
Oh, God.
All you French people make fun of me for what I just said.
Ashlyn, that's not even what I said. I started saying, is he French? And then I switched to France in the middle of that. So I said, is he French? How? Let's talk about Cyberpunk as a theme.
Yes.
Now for something completely different.
Okay, so I think I kind of nailed down what I think of as Cyberpunk, and I think of as a contradiction of itself. It takes a very mechanical approach to organic sounds. It takes a very organic approach to mechanical sounds. It likes to be really low BPM, but make you feel like everything's moving really fast, and vice versa. It likes to make stuff that's really fast, but make you feel like you're moving really slow. That's all I really came up with for that.
Could someone send me a good example of a Cyberpunk themed song?
Should
Ashlyn, you know what to do.
Ashlyn's got an arsenal for you. But I should probably clarify that the point of this is specifically Cyberpunk as a musical theme, because it's a very clear and simple to define visual and literary genre, but translating it to music is intradasting.
Right.
It's definitely one of those things because when you see Cyberpunk, you know it's Cyberpunk. Like it's got these bright lights, but it's got this really dark atmosphere. It's, like I said, contradictions.
You just look at
it's got
one still image of Blade Runner or Deus Ex: Human Revolution. You know what you're in for immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to the music from either of those things. You start thinking with your neurons that you have.
And it's a really interesting like mix match, because like the whole idea of like kind of like cyberpunk stuff and like, you know, future, you know, eras and all this stuff is like, you know, the intermingling of humanity, and, you know, like how race isn't really a thing, how genders aren't really a thing, but at the same time they kind of are, and it's weird, but like it's the mashing of things together. And so like taking stuff like punk rock and mixing it with really slow synthwave kind of stuff, and like just combining stuff that doesn't really exist right now, but also probably does exist. That to me is what cyberpunk is. It's taking things that may or may not work together and making them into something.
Like if I were to play Through the Fire and the Flames on an automaton.
Honestly? Yeah. Like, I mean...
No, that was only a half meme.
I mean, and Ashlyn's right now, she's posting, you know, what is probably most definitely like cyberpunk music. Ashlyn is very like in tune with the theme of what cyberpunk, I think, what it is in music at least. Now, the entire misconception of it for a lot of people posting their own songs.
Well done. Expert maneuver.
I didn't even notice that.
I noticed it immediately. The misconception that kind of comes around a lot is with the prevalence of Outrun and the use of the colors purple and pink and neon blue and these bright contrasting colors. At the same time, the blue and the pink are actually opposing colors.
And you know, like the Tripulse logo.
Really cool stuff if you're a geek in graphic design like I am. Anyways, yeah, and like there's this very common misconception that Outrun synthwave is unanimously what cyberpunk is. And like I was saying earlier, I can't wait for the people on Reddit, for the people in Outrun and the synthwave communities to be just outraged at that this is nothing like what they thought it was going to be, because it is going to be 100% cyberpunk. I think, good Lord, Ashlyn, you can stop now. You don't have to keep posting shit. Cause I do like, I'm fully behind CD Projekt Red on what they're doing right now. I think that they are fully tapped in to what this could be. And I have high hopes for this game. I also have very cautious hopes for this game, because the downfall of a great studio is always right around the corner. And these guys have been hitting it off and off and off again. That's fine.
Yeah. The downfall of a great studio in itself is pretty cyberpunk.
You're not wrong. But yeah, like I said, that's what I think cyberpunk is. I think it's like contradictions
Sorry.
that match themselves.
So, okay, what I'm getting so far is that cyberpunk isn't exactly a genre of music. It's more like an overarching theme, or like a mood, or like a vibe that a certain
style that is conveyed,
that goes more on a song-to-song basis than like...
To say something is cyberpunk as a genre is really hard to do, because
in music
it can change.
Yeah, because like I'm listening
music
to like Dance with the Dead versus Census 4K that Ashlyn sent here, and like one of them is more like rock influenced, and the other one is more like synthwave influenced, and then I'm sure these other ones are all wildly different as well.
It gets even more complicated when you realize that some songs that might not be cyberpunk-ish sounding can become cyberpunk depending on the visual context you put them in.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Is like
it's more of a setting than a genre.
It's got to convey a certain feel when you listen to it, make you feel a certain way.
Does it have to be,
in my opinion,
like in a minor key? Does it have to be like a sort of like sad-ish, depressing kind of. Well, okay, I make like
the saddest depressing part is kind of part of the theme.
Depression mode.
That's a good one. That's a prime haha. I'm not gonna let that go. I'm gonna keep saying that. Yeah, the kind of theme of a lot of cyberpunk is, dystopian, very Orwellian style settings and stories. So that is a very key factor when it comes to music, but it's also completely possible to be very happy in it too.
The utopia side of dystopia.
That's true.
Yeah. In my opinion, y'all can fight me on this later if you'd like. Outer Worlds is a really good kind of like recent depiction of it, in my opinion, because it has the themes of like dystopian shenanigans. It's set in the future. You've got the like humans versus transhumanism. You've got the corporations, but it's not all negative.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of yeah.
No, like that's the thing is like cyberpunk is this hard kind of setting, almost because there's one guy that came up with Cyberpunk 2020, and that's just been the thesis on it for so long. But there are so many other, stories and settings that have taken inspiration from that, or that it took inspiration from, that are cyberpunk. And that's kind of a hard thing to nail down.
I think the only reason people aren't calling Outer Worlds cyberpunk widely is because it's in space, and that's not very cyberpunk.
That's fair.
I'm super into space punk. Fuck you.
I'm gonna throw another one out here.
It's just semantics.
I think you guys are gonna really not like my opinion on what might be a cyberpunk game, because
I don't like any of your opinions. Haha.
That's fine, because this actually really doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like what you're about to say, because you also said a couple days ago that Powerwolf has some cyberpunk themes.
Cyberpunk-ish themes. Anyways, let's move away from that. We Happy Few. I think We Happy Few kind of taps into it. I think the use of the drugs to mask up, what the horribleness of the world is versus how good it is. I think that the entire theme of the bombastic kind of technology that they have is very in line with it. However, what I will say is that it is less cyber and more steam.
I was gonna say it's more like just dystopian steampunk rather than like cyberpunk.
Yeah. Now you have to define what's the difference between cyberpunk and dystopian.
Well, the difference is dystopia is not necessarily, doesn't necessarily have overarching themes of like future stuff, right?
Where we live in a dystopia right now.
So. Cyberpunk is a very specific form of dystopia.
Exactly.
It's true.
I'm starting to understand.
We've still moved very far away from music, which is what this was supposed to be.
I'm starting to use my neurons.
We're still kind of in it though at the same time, because we're catching, what the feels and sensitivities are of what the music could be.
Move us back to music here. My favorite cyberpunk album, without a doubt, is Yeezus.
I am unhappy.
Are you giggling to yourself right now, or do you genuinely believe this?
A bit of both.
Okay. You know what? Blackhead, skinhead.
I see the typing.
I want to say one more thing about games. And it's that while I'm excited for Cyberpunk 2077, I cannot wait for the fucking sequel to this game to be fucking Steampunk 1824.
You're not allowed to have an opinion anymore.
I cannot wait for this to happen. I cannot wait for them to turn around and do a total 180 on this fucking shit.
Regular Punk 2014.
It's gonna happen. It has to happen. If it doesn't happen, I will eat a cow dick.
Actually, that's on.
Ashland is the secret MVP of this tripod.
I saw that. Whoever was talking about Reddit just now, I saw that.
You can't afford to get any upward mobility, but you also can't afford to live at your current socioeconomic status, what do you do?
Guess I'll die.
You can't afford to die. You can't pay for a funeral.
So that's fine. They just dump me in the river.
That's illegal.
Throw yourself into the ocean.
It's also illegal.
It's fine.
Also, playing as a guy in this political climate, yikes.
Now, I'm gonna sideline this even further now. I just want to point out that I said a cow dick.
Uh-huh.
Cows are female. Cows are female.
Yeah,
There's no such thing.
I thought that
We're
was
gonna
a
make
part
you
of the
suck
bit.
on
I
some
thought
cow
that was
titties
just-
instead.
You just had to bring it back up.
So I have to drink milk?
No. You can't just drink milk. It's gotta be straight from the source.
Look, I grew up in West Texas, brother. Okay? I was on the farms, alright? I may have done that once or twice, okay?
Oh.
All right. Hold up.
What?
Typing. Click-to-clack.
You're
What's he looking for?
slow.
Tic tac, tic tac.
What
That's
do we
fine.
see?
That's fine. Take that out of context as far as you like. I'm comfortable with myself. The question is, will you be comfortable with the bullying that you're doing right now?
Yeah.
A year down the road.
And
Yeah.
we're not going to
Disgrace to
mention
humanity.
any of this context.
That's fine.
Moving
None
on.
of this. Nobody listening to Tripod needs to know what's going on right now. Just that Cell's kind of a bully. Anyways, that's what I
Shut
think
up,
about
you
Cyberpunk.
milk drinker.
As okay, that's what I have to say about Cyberpunk as a music theme genre, whatever.
My friend
So
Pedro.
now we talk about sports, right?
Play that game. There you go. Figured out. The
The
music
only
in there.
sport I know how to play or know how to follow is Ultimate Frisbee.
Cool.
Very nice, Kanye. Thank
Sports.
Someone said we were talking about sports now, so I was like, okay, that's my sentence for the day.
you. Oh no, I was continuing on the Cell's a bully thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Oh, hey, I want to talk about one more thing in music real fast because
Oh, God.
I skipped over it to kind of like give it a little bit more spotlight. We also had another song come out recently. It's by a guy right here in his chat room. Name's Cookies. Also goes by Qualico. Spiraling.
Oh shit.
Spiraling is a very good song. It has very good artwork, and everybody should go listen to it.
Oh shit.
It should.
You know what? If you're listening to this on YouTube, pause it right now, go listen to it, and then come back, and we'll talk about it.
Or
With
Spotify.
you,
Let that
actually
boy
the
get his
viewer.
cash.
I was
yeah,
actually
Spotify.
gonna,
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I was actually going to end the podcast right here, to be honest with you.
Well, now you can't.
Oh,
I'm keeping
well,
all of this
now
in.
I can't. I have to say more about this
honestly,
song,
honestly,
and I
no, the
don't
bit-
have any more ammo.
Give him the bit. Give him
I blew
more
my wad
compliments.
already.
It's
No,
required.
I'm telling you, the bit would be much funnier if you just ended it right there.
Maybe like give it like 5 seconds of silence,
Yeah, and then just end it.
And
That'd
then-
be hilarious.
and then I was gonna say, and then have the rest of the conversation happen. But yeah, that too. No, seriously though, it is a good song. I like it a lot. It's in my playlist.
Thank you.
I am going to make Spotify playlists of all the stuff that I talk about in tripods from now on. So I will be posting those in the Discord server, of course. I will try to get them on the blog. Right now I'm having a lot of issues with the Tripulse website, and I cannot figure out why.
It's a
We'll
very
probably
weird
post
website.
it to Twitter too.
I don't understand why I'm having these problems, because I clear my cookies, and then I type in my password correctly, and then it doesn't work. And I
You
don't
gotta log
understand
in,
why.
and then it doesn't work, and then you go to the thing, and you log in again, and it breaks, and then you log in again, and it works. It's weird.
Sometimes.
And I don't know how to
That
fix
worked
it.
before. It did work before. Maybe I can try again today and see if it works now, because it seems to like working on Sundays for some odd reason.
You get them Spotify playlists up. I can put the Spotify playlists in with the blog post of the thing.
Yeah.
Right there.
Closed on Sunday.
So, yeah.
You might Chick-fil-A.
Stop. God.
You my number one? Want that lemonade?
Alright, so, speaking of Chick-fil-A, I was on Pornhub the other day,